Hey, what's up? It's Dan McDonald. How you doing? The LifeRegenerator on YouTube. I wanted to let you know a couple things, orders of business before I get started on this Radiant Health Series video number 3. Down below, people write me tons and tons of questions on Facebook and YouTube, and all the answers are down below in the links about juicers, what blenders I use, even the recipes on every single video that I do that's a recipe video is down below in the links section. So it'll save you a lot of time and a lot of energy, and we put a lot of time and energy into these videos so that it makes it easy for you to get healthy. So thank you for checking the links below. If you ever have any questions before you write to me on Facebook or YouTube, which I try to do my best to keep up with, especially on Facebook. Okay, and also I wanted to let everybody know I'm going to be at Raw Spirit Festival. I'm leaving pretty soon here. Just saying goodbye to Krista, wrapping up a few little things, and then I'm going to hit the road. I'm actually driving the van down to Raw Spirit Festival, and I'm going to be speaking with, doing a mishmash on the lake stage with Lou Corona and Be Live on Saturday. We're going to hang out and just kick it together, and who knows what's going to happen there. 2 p.m. at the lake stage, and then I will be speaking on Sunday at 3 p.m. on the main stage, which is called the Meadow Stage, I believe. I'm going to have some T-shirts there that are going to be that are collector's items, because we only did one round of those. We didn't really, we didn't want the design to be the permanent design. So if you want to get a collector's item T-shirt, I'll have those for sale at the Raw Spirit Festival, and that's helping me to pay for my trip. So thank you very much. Those will not be available on YouTube or on Facebook online, because we don't want to go through the work of individually mailing T-shirts. But we have T-shirts, panties, sweatshirts, hats coming on the way, so be patient with that. We've also got a lot of other stuff. But thank you very much. Today's video, Radiant Health. I'm going to tell you about my 2 favorite food groups, and then we'll get into that a little bit. My 2 favorite food groups are fresh tree-ripened fruits, or vine fruits like grapes, cucumbers, tomatoes, watermelons, that type of thing. Also tree-ripened fruits. The peaches are fantastic. Nectarines are delicious when they're ripe. Pears are good. I love apples. So fruits, tree-ripened, in-season, organic. I'm a huge proponent of organic. Some people say it doesn't matter. To me, it matters a lot. And my other favorite food group is leafy green vegetable juices. If you can bring those 2 things into your experience, you can definitely improve your life. A lot of people have issues with the fruit, but I don't think they're taking into account the mucus that's already been formed after a lifetime of processed foods, which are left behind, which leave a kind of a caked mucus wall on the base membrane. So if the base membrane is clogged up, it's usually then that there's going to be issues with fruit, because it can ferment, because it doesn't digest, because there's too much like cooked fat, and there's too much starchy carbohydrate residues left behind, because fruit doesn't really require any enzyme activity. The fructose is already instantly absorbable right through the stomach, and then when you eat those fruits whole, then you have an opportunity to also absorb the sugars more slowly as the fruit passes through the GI tract. The sugars absorb slowly. If you juice a bunch of grapes and drink that, that's okay, but you can have major blood sugar spikes and then a drop. I've had that happen before. That's why the secret to success with the raw food and tissue regeneration health is to eat your fruit whole and drink your vegetables. Eat your fruit and drink your vegetables. Now, of course, it's not like a set in stone thing, but those are 2 of the things that I do to stay thin, to stay energized, to keep my skin nice, to make sure I've got plenty of aminos and minerals. And so those are my 2 favorite food groups. So if you want to start learning how to get radiantly healthy, You want to start learning how to pick out good tasting fruit. Ask the manager at the store, hey, can I try this? I've only had one dude say no, one time. I was asking him if I could try some corn, and he was like, well, then I'll lose the ear of corn. Over all the years, I told him, I've never had anybody say no to me. You're the very first produce manager who's ever said no. And I convinced him to actually let me try the corn, and it was good, so I bought a whole bunch. But try the peaches. If they're mealy and they're disgusting, you don't want to spend $25 on peaches that taste like, nothing. But if you try the peach and it's fantastic and it melts in your mouth, then you buy a whole bunch. Like, for example, I went to the store the other day and I bought like 2 of these cantaloupes, okay? And they were fantastic. So guess what I did? I went back to the store and bought all of the rest of them. I've got a cooler full of these fantastic cantaloupes that I've been just living off of. So if you ask the produce manager at the store, say, hey man, can I try, usually, you can slip a grape in, or you just ask them, hey, can I try one of these cherries? Because sometimes cherries taste fantastic. They're crisp, sweet, and delicious, and sometimes they're mushy and they don't taste good. They don't have any flavor because they weren't grown in good soil and the farmers didn't care. Some farmers really care about their fruit because they know that there's dudes like me out there that can taste the difference between this one was grown with care and this one was not. If you go to Safeway, it's like, well, this looks like a tomato. It smells like a tomato. It feels like a tomato. It is a tomato, but then you go home and slice it up and it tastes like expensive air. So that's how this world is. They think, oh, an apple. They genetically bred it for it looks good. It doesn't have any blemishes. But you bite into it and it tastes like mealy cardboard, no flavor. I want ugly fruit that tastes good. You know what I mean? That's got all beat up and bite into it and it just explodes into your mouth. So try out the fruit. Become a fruit expert on how to pick out good fruit. Pretty soon it becomes you can just get a sense for it. You can just look at the fruit and you can tell. If it's all uniform and perfect, genetically modified fruit, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, perfect fruits. That's the vision fruit. When you go see like these cantaloupes, here's one this big, the other one's this big. They're all different shapes and sizes, beat up on the outside, a little bit of dirt. But you cut those suckers open and you know that the farmer cared and you know he knew how to grow cantaloupes. So become a fruit picking expert by talking to the produce managers and asking them to sample, okay? Second, leafy green herbal vegetable juices to alkalize. Nobody can go wrong with the, sometimes there can be certain issues with fruit in different various cases and, acute and chronic situations where you want to be more leery of fruit. It's really not that common. Most people should be and can eat fruit. But the leafy green herbal vegetable juices, that's for everybody. I mean, there is no problem with drinking cucumber, celery, cilantro, parsley, kale juice. Now, some people don't like the cilantro or whatever, but any of those alkalizing herbal tonics, vegetable juices, spinach is a fantastic food. Bok choy, celery is a heal-all. To alkalize the tissues and get them functioning, to bring in the minerals, which are coenzymes that allow metabolic processes to take place. If you're just eating like corn chips and like hot dogs and Doritos and pizza, you're not going to get the enzymes and the hormones and the vitamins and minerals that you need for your body's functions to take place. So, but in the natural foods, you're going to get a lot of those phytochemicals, phytonutrients, antioxidants, all the things you need for the cells in your body to function optimally. So, Dan McDonald's favorite highly recommended fruits and leafy green vegetable juices for radiant health. That's right, my friends. Tree ripened, vine ripened, in season organic fruits and lots of leafy green vegetable juices. Those are two things that you can definitely add to your life to increase and optimize your chance for radiant health. Here's one last little tidbit I'm going to leave you with on this video. Just like I said, enlightenment is the natural state when the obstructions are removed, and so it is the same with your radiant health. Radiant health is already in you. The whole universe is perfectly functioning all the time. It's are you following the natural laws of Mother Earth and Father God by following the natural ways of the planet, which is raw food, because every living single being on the planet eats its food raw and whole, okay? And then there's the humans that cook everything. And so are you following that natural law? And are you following the laws of God, which are camaraderie, brotherhood, and oneness? You know what I'm saying? How are you treating the people in your life? Because that's going to affect your health. So the tidbit I wanted to leave you with is radiant health is already in you. All you have to do is through awareness and sacrifice, which is it's a sacrifice to the ego because it loves its habits. And it loves its habits, basically. It's addicted to things being a certain way. But when it's time to change things up and get this health thing going for yourself, you give up a temporary sensation for a more long-term goal, for a more long-term experience, which is like a body that functions, no more pain, inflammation, and disease. So radiant health is your true state when the obstructions to it are removed. Fasting, juice diets, highly electrical, raw food, fruits, vegetables, soaked nuts and seeds. You cannot go wrong, my friends. Oxygen, sunlight, love, karma, service, understanding, forgiveness. Thank you very much. Peace be with you. And subscribe to these videos on YouTube, and also please check the links below. I appreciate it a lot. I will see you at Raw Spirit Festival. Thank you very much. I am your servant. I am Dan McDonald, the Life Regenerator. Thank you. Bye-bye.